We have a lot of generals that we've not unlocked in the game. We're gonna try to unlock as many as possible in this next run. And to do that, we're choosing this lady, Major Delcia. Now the reason we chose her is because she's got a lot of recon production, and recon production gives us rerolls, which we're gonna need. Now the first thing we gotta figure out is where's our front line gonna be? And I think it's gonna be over here. But we gotta take a reroll. We'll close off one of the battlefronts already. We've got 1,000 supply, 35 recon. But here's the key thing. I'm gonna take orbital relay and repair drones. Look at this. HQ's gonna repair 40% each wave. That's nuts. Now, if we think this is gonna be eventually our front line, I'll put my first tower here, and we'll just take all these enemies straight on the nose. And now with this, what I'd really like is the claymore defense and the supply. Now look at that. We're already repaired, and we lost a lot of health in that first wave. So once again, since I think this is gonna be my front line moving forward, we're gonna put the claymore defense right here, and when we can, we're gonna unlock the dual barrels and the frag launchers. That should do a pretty good job at getting rid of most of the enemies that are coming our way, at least from here. So we're gonna have to close this one off. We'll take the Varvolf. That thing's fantastic in the early game. We'll take the reroll because we need to reroll basically 15 times in this game and 18 more times total, and that's 2 different commanders. I could place this one here, and I could place that one there, but I'll take a reroll, and with the straight line, I'll do another reroll. We're at a T-pose. Yikes. That is unfortunate, but that's what we get. I think we're already at, what, 4 rerolls, though? So at this point, we need to find a pretty good spot for this thing, and I think that's pretty good and facing forward. We'll increase his rate of fire by about 30%. Actually, we'll just increase the damage. Now, there's a lot of flyers coming, but our claymore defense is able to silence most of them. We take some damage, but we'll be able to immediately repair it. And we'll take a barricade and a sturdy bunker. Not that these are fantastic options. Now, eventually, this is going to be the main front line. But it's also the place that can be defended the best right now. So we'll wait, since we got crazy repair rate. And we'll put a sturdy bunker on this tier 2 elevation. Now, as long as we don't go below a lot of damage, we'll always be able to repair immediately. Let's take the claymore efficiency. And we've got our first tile, which is just a big square, but we do need to get our rerolls in, even though this is a fantastic option. And we can reroll once more. Oh my gosh, okay. This is just a giant square. Now, if this is our lane, this could actually prove to be a really good square later on, depending on what we get. We could put tons of artillery pieces there or mission control. And one of the things that we can do is get close support to get even more repair percentage, which we're gonna need because we're about a little under half. We'll take the 5 discovery per battlefront, which should help a lot in getting a lot of neutral towers. And the close support, we're just under this. That's gonna be a ton of damage taken, but still in repairable areas, and 200 supply plus another barricade is fantastic. Now we're gonna automatically reroll this, and if it's not a perfect piece, that's a pretty good one. I mean, we got a lot of waves. If we reroll once per wave, I think that should be more than adequate. We'll pop it here. I just really liked being able to have a nice big piece there. So we'll put one barricade here, and then one barricade on the side. And it would be great if I could find a sturdy bunker to cover the whole area. But we'll put it up there, because this is like the main choke point where we're doing tons of damage. Look at that. We took almost no damage that time. I'll take the platform and I guess Mirador efficiency. All right, so our first tier 2 enemies are going to be a camouflaged enemy and one that spawns a bunch of little dudes. So it might behoove us to start planning for more discovery. And this seems like a pretty good spot to do it. So we'll take increased damage, rate of fire, and reload speed on our primary defense piece. This is a fantastic corner, but we want to reroll at least once per round. And this actually works. We'll reroll again. And that would fit right here, actually. And look at that. A recon producer, so long as we put a tower out there. I could put this guy because he costs recon only. So the next wave is where we'll have to deal with the detectors. But I mean, this repair drones is just one of the most powerful things I've seen. I think claymore efficiency would be really good. And we definitely need to get this guy able to deal with the cloaky boys. Now, he's not close air support because he's not adjacent to the HQ, so we'll take veteran reinforcement. And these 2 towers should, with this guy a little bit out here, be able to deal with it. And all the Cloakies were defeated and the base wasn't even touched. So joint operations would be kind of cool. But I think decreasing the cost of these so we can keep recon usable for rerolls is going to be key. Now here, we can start doubling back to connect it here. Remember that we want one central lane that we can just absolutely shut down. So after that successful wave, we do have a single Warwolf out there. Not that we have any doctrine that increases recon production. There's one out there and it's a pretty good card. So another Warwolf could help us a lot. And placing one on the high ground right here covers a lot of area. We'll take a shrapnel upgrade on this one and hit the next wave. So 12 out of 35. Claymore defense +1 range? Ooh, juicy. So while this tile does work, you know the drill. We want rerolls. We don't want a T, so we've actually rerolled twice. I'm gonna reroll a 3rd time. Actually a 4th because I hate T's. And I guess we'll put it right here. I'm gonna reroll again. Oh my gosh, we got a massive square. Dude, there's so many cool things we could do if we get the cards. I gotta say that Major Delcia's +15 on top of the 20 we get already for this faction, and then the 5 here of recon, is really setting me up for success, I think. We just put a Puma position right here on the high ground, and we have pretty good Claymore defense upgrades, so getting another one makes a lot of sense. Now I just gotta wait for the next time we can place a tile. Now someone, oh, he almost impacted the base. Ooh, an ammo depot is pretty good, especially if we start getting like big artillery pieces. All right, so the straight line, we want to reroll. We want the corner piece, boom. And we got another recon producer. I love it. So the cheapest tower we can pop out to get this thing is a mortar. It's just like getting him to like be able to actually hit stuff is hard. He's cheap, and each wave gained 5% damage. I mean, I guess for 65, that's just like free real estate. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that main route. If we could get another one of these bad boys, that's ideal. So we'll take that, another barricade, and we'll pop it right here. Now this one we expect to get a lot, and honestly, the underground network, since we can repair that every turn, is great. Adjacent buildings get 15% rate of fire would be really good, because I can put another Claymore like right here, which I would feel pretty good about. So are we able to withstand wave 16? The answer is yes. The strategy is working. Building HP increased by 10%. I mean, you might as well. There is general out there where if you can get 20,000 base, your HQ base percent, like hit points, you'll unlock them. But we don't have a Durandal, and those are pretty good. But this actually affects the base and our gates, so we'll take that. All right, gotta re-roll a few more times. We'd like a straight corner piece, not a T. None of that. There it is. And look at that big old square. Love the big old squares. Now, we're not dealing with shielded units yet. So I think the double barrel and then a frag launcher. Oh, look at that. All the Cloakies went this way. But just by connecting a bunch of our battlefronts, I have more than one Mirador, so that's not a good one to get. Got 2 Miradors. And actually, I'd like another one. Just since we're dealing with detection, and now we're dealing with flyers as well. So we've got to make a decision. Do we want to increase air damage or just wait to see if we're going to deal with a lot of shield damage? Because this is what cost me the last time, was it switched it up on me. All right, we just upgraded this guy to be able to do anti-air. We still have, what, 2 waves till we get the tier 2 enemies? Oh, mission control. Okay, this is juicy. And the reason for that is because we have this obscene tile over here. Well, it's actually a combination of like 3 tiles that gives us a ton of buildable room. So we want to re-roll, and I guess a corner does work, but we could re-roll a few times and try to get another corner. Okay, we did. Never had any doubts, not once. And ultimately, we want to connect this into a single line and just have it drag on into infinity. So we're going to get mission control. Now watch this. We'll place it, we'll cancel it, but look what happened. We got a control extension. For each building adjacent to this mission control, all buildings gain +2% damage. We'll cancel that. And control extension is just like this weird building, right? It actually doesn't do anything directly except for while adjacent to a mission control, all buildings gain 4% damage per battlefront. So we'll cancel that. So ultimately, we need to find the sweet spot for this mission control and like to see how many we can fit around it. I think it's here. I think I could fit 4. And he's got some pretty cool stuff. Double if adjacent to a neutral building. So we unfortunately don't have a neutral building around there, but we can still get plus 200 supply and plus 5 recon production. But we're gonna wait till we can make sure we have enough money to make sure we're doing the right thing here. Now, I think it might make sense to put an ammo dump right here, as it would boost these 3 towers already. Oh, and a retribution system. Woo! All buildings gain plus 0.5% damage per building. All right, so we're dealing with the flyers and all that, but we're gonna try to get a mission control. Hold on, is this a cheese? Every time I place this, I get one, but if I cancel it, I'm now at 4. Okay, that seems illegal, right? I don't think that's supposed to happen, but I found a bug. I found you, bugs. All right, so we'll see how many I can put around it. Oh, then that does change the calculus. So now, while adjacent to mission control, all buildings gain a 4% damage per battlefront. So I've got that. I've got plus 16% per battlefront. So if I just had a bunch of battlefronts, that would actually be insane. Am I doing this correctly? For each building adjacent to this mission control, all buildings gain 2%. So that's kind of insane. I'm pretty sure the way this math works is that is insane. Oh wow, these big old worms got all the way back over here. The gate actually went down and we did take damage. I want a bastion. Do I have any in my inventory? The answer is no. We'll take one. They're pretty good, especially against some of those bigger foes. Okay, we could use this tile, but I want to reroll. Yeah. And we get another recon production, which with this, I don't have a ton of extra buildings. I do have cheap mortars, and I guess that does cover that line, so we'll put it there. And we'll do this because each wave it gains 5% damage. That's just, it builds up over time. You want that stacking, even if you have no plans on using it. So we'll do another here, and then what we need is the cooperative strategy. And I wish I could check a tower and see like, this is being increased by 1 billion percentage points. But this is the most ridiculous mission control and control extensions. Like I have my own Pentagon over here. This is operated by some of the brightest minds. Oh my God, I got another mission control. And ooh, I wish this was paired with mission control. That'd be perfect. So I think what just is about to happen is insanity. Higher tier blueprints, 2% more likely to appear as cool, but not as cool as this. So plus 200 supply and 5 recon. I would like that. That costs 5 tech. We might as well use it. Gain 1 blueprint among 5 2 different times for the cost of 50. Or we can get an area denial launcher, but it's not covering anything important. And I've got another mission control I can use, so we'll take this, strategic planning. Now, what do we get? Oh, man. Now, one of the things was to unlock Slovak howitzers. If you can get 3 Slovak howitzers. Give me another one. Dang it! I wanted a Slovak howitzer. I guess we'll take joint operations because that's cool. So not exactly what I wanted. It's okay. Now I gotta figure out if I can stick another mission control and like double dip on some of these because everything's just going crazy. All right, the gate went down. We took damage over here. Probably need to upgrade this guy. What was it that broke through? Super heavy pulse defense. Yeah, we do have the tile for that. Be like right here. That's the perfect tile. That is the perfect tile, but we'll reroll. We might get the perfect tile again. Yeah, this one's like not as good. That one's okay. I like the ones with the full circle because if you put a bastion on it, it just like crushes your foes. All right, so with this, I think putting this dude right here will be great. He's incredibly powerful, and we did save this ammo depot. So let's see. Plus 50% rate of fire and plus 70% if adjacent to an ammo depot. Like, sometimes it just seems like stuff is just falling in my lap. That's how roguelites go, man. All right, so putting it here, I could put a few more towers, including a long one there versus there. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, so now we need this. Plus 70% rate of fire. Where's my 450? There it is. All right, so look at this thing. This game is just like no scope in these enemies. Plus 10% rate of fire, or we could decrease its cost. Ooh. 3 barricades is cool. Let's decrease. What's the upgrades like? There. Whoa. Hits up to 3 targets. Adjacent buildings deal 50% damage to shields. That's cool and all. Yeah, we got to decrease the cost. Both of these are tempting. I wish they were both here. We'll take the cost for now. And we can always increase the power of that tower by doing that. And we want something benefiting from this. So maybe a Puma position could be good and a sturdy bunker. I haven't kept track of how many times we've reloaded, or re-rolled rather, but I feel like it's gotta be over 15. I want a retribution position, and I want it now. All right, the perfect tile, but we will re-roll. Oh, wow, I got another giant square. Okay, this game is blessing me. If I just put it there, I can put that dude back there and just crush it. Oh my gosh, like look at this mega complex. It's obscene. For each building, yep. Oh, I don't have the tech to get it. I guess we'll decrease the cost of rerolls. Dang, that's unfortunate. Guess we'll get the blueprint. And of these, I'll take a claymore. Oh man, that was trash. We did not get anything really good there. That's really unfortunate. I guess we could put this like here. Where are the baddies getting through? They're getting through all over the place. I guess this boosts fire rate of adjacent towers. You can do that. So putting it to where it could boost this guy would be a great idea. This one right here, adjacent buildings gain 15%. So we do want that. All right, that gate immediately fell. Wow, this is kind of scary. I kind of feel like I might need to see what exactly is happening in my realm here, because it's not looking that good. There's a lot of cloaked units. Now we dealt with them all. Surprisingly, I felt like I was threatened there. Okay, a rampart missile silo will be great, and we want that. And let's see, can I put my Slovak anywhere? I can put him here, and he's able to do a good job, I would say, because we're gonna extend the lane there. Retribution missiles, where do we want to put you? If I put you here, you could get boosted by this guy once we hit the upgrade, 15%. This is so nuts. Like, just look at this, man. I don't know if we want to go anti-air. I guess we do have the Krylos. We'll see. We'll wait to see what the tier 3s are coming at us. And we did want this guy, and if possible on a platform. Yeah, look at this. You can't repel firepower this magnitude. And we'll wait to get the quads. All right, so wave 26 and 35. I need to reroll 15 times, 18 times, 100,000 foes. We've definitely gotten 2,000 to 3,000, which is what I needed, and produce 15,000 total supply. I guess I'm producing 400 now, but I think we probably won't get that this turn. And what do we want? How many Miradors do I have? Only one. I'd like another Mirador. Just some of those cheap bunkers. All right, I got a nice line. There we go. I re-rolled so many times right there. We have to have it done. Adjacent buildings gain 15% damage against shield and air units. Oh gosh, that's good. Not that we have a great tower to do that. I guess this dude could be there. He's got shield and air. Might as well just get this dude out here, crushing it. And he'll just start chewing up the big boys. And you're gonna get quad barreled too. And that should, the gate is down and it's upgraded. Look at how many cloaked things are sneaking around. For some reason, they're all going right. I haven't seen anything go left, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think that's... I have no idea, I guess. All right, do we want another super heavy pulse defense? The answer is yes, because they're awesome. Not that we fully upgraded this. All right. Ooh, okay. We've got some huge units coming our way. In the Torrent, in the Mega Mucus. I'm not sure I've seen the Mega Mucus. So another one of these things would be fun. Because with all this boosting, I think it makes like these powerful towers even juicier. Let's get some shrapnel rounds. Target the most HP. I think that's what we want because we're going to deal with some very, very heavy HP guys. So at this point, since we have the single lane that they're coming at, I think it probably makes sense to put the Bastion here. And I would really like the Pulse Cannon to break some shields. Actually, we don't have a lot of shielded units, do we? Dude, these things are just, they're chewing up so much of this stuff. Plus, we have the big artillery shells coming in. Okay, the first gate's down. This is kind of scary. Look at this. Yeah, there's so many cloak stuff. I would like more detectors. And I'd like one out earlier. There's got to be, I think there was some tower that like increases detection for those around it. Plus 60% supply production. We're at 28 out of 35, but that might help us get to 15,000 total supply produced, which we have to have done. But this will ensure it. And, oh, an L. There it is. All right, that was a bunch of rerolls. And now we can actually increase damage against air units again. And we can actually make this guy pretty good against air units. I think that might make the most sense. If we keep him in a straight line. So this guy, target air units. All right. So at this point in the game, ooh, we'll get the Rampart missile silo maybe next. We'll get another one of these. Do we have a really, really elevated position? Not a obvious one. So we have to go, yeah, we don't have a fantastic spot for that. I do not enjoy that. Guess that's a pretty good spot. Don't the mortars buff surrounding territories? Adjacent buildings gain 10% damage. So if I just put a mortar next to like this thing, I could increase his damage by another 10% at the cost of cheap. It's just like he can't do much in the mortaring department. Each wave gain 10%. All buildings, all adjacent buildings gain 10%. So I could put another one and boost this guy again. But then I want to make him super powerful. We got to decide what we want to do here. 29 out of 35, and we're about to fight like actual dinosaur-sized Xenos out here. First gate's down. I love how most enemies just split. Ooh, some cloaky boys are getting through. I am worried about them. Another mirror door right here would do the trick. Plus I could get repair, which would make me feel, you know, sleep safer at night. And I could boost the 15% fire rate. Each building at height 0 gains 10% damage. I don't have a lot. I guess this and this alone might be worth it. This is at height 0. This is at height 0. That's actually worth it. A sanction cannon would be really cool. And I would love another barricade, but I think simple tactics, it's a tier 3 doctrine. And that's for a reason. We've got dinosaurs out here. Do we want to do a triple barrel? We've already targeting the most HP, so we could target it with triple barrels. Or we could get a Rampart missile silo. Or we could upgrade the Retribution, or the super heavy pulse, or our super, super heavy pulse. I'm doing triple barrels. I hope that is not a dumb thing to do. And actually, now that it's triple barrel, we might want to put this little mortar dude out here. Find a place for you in the world. And adjacent buildings, 10% damage increase. So this thing is going to be pretty stacked. Now, because we had the recon, ooh, +2 range, I'd rather just have more weapons. All right. Now, with this, what do we want? Roof snipers? Or the pulse cannon? All right, we're crushing stuff. Look at this. Look at the triple barrels. I wish it rotated, but it's still kind of cool that you have 3 barrels on an artillery piece. And look at how little enemies made it through, even with the big dinosaurs. I think this guy targeting the most HP units really sets us up right there. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it, and I think we might unlock maybe 3, 4 generals. While you have only 1 Durandal, all buildings gain +5% damage. I have 0 Durandals. I don't have a single Durandal out there. So while that's cool and all, I can't use it. But I guess I can use Bastion Efficiency. We do have 1. We'll take the reroll and hope it... Ooh, not ideal. All right, rerolls are 20. I can do it 2 more times. I would love a straight line. Oh, okay. That's actually really, really good. Minus 50% upgrades for adjacent buildings, and I can put a mirror door right here. I could probably save it for something beefier. Let's get... There's so many decisions, man. I'm not sure what to do. I'm having analysis paralysis. We have a ton of not fully upgraded towers. Let's conserve the money this time. Okay, here's Big Dinosaur. Once he gets targeted by the artillery pieces, I'm pretty sure he goes down. Are howitzers targeting air units? There's 3 dinosaurs out there, guys. Please kill them. All right, I see all 3 dinos still up, but their shields are gone. So I think it's only a matter of time. Now we got the money. Do we do a shattering charge? Yes. Yes, we do. We don't have the tech to do that upgrade, but now it can target 3 enemies. Now this dude did get all the way over here and hold the phone. Okay, that was pretty scary. The enemy did get all the way through there. We have a pretty souped up Slovak. And we are relying a lot on the Pumas. Dude, I love this. Plus 50% damage against air units. We get to weaken these things so much. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm seeing 1 shielded dino, and I'm seeing a lot of the mucus worms just casually walking up this way. There they go. These little dudes. Yeah, nobody's taking a left here, and I think that's actually what's saving me. I wonder... I want a Rampart missile silo. All right, able to deal with it a lot sooner this time around. Tier 2 doctrines are 6% more likely to appear, but with 3 turns left, Is that going to help us? Light mortars can boost, as you see here, 10% damage. So you could stack that, which is kind of cool. Or I could get another bastion, which would fit very nicely right there. Very nice. I'll take this. Yeah, I actually need this to fork so the air units don't go too far away from this guy, which I think they might. I need to double back. That creates a bit of a situation. All right, so this is what I want because then we can get the high ground expertise plus 10% damage per height level. So that's 30% right there. And we're just going to do an undying onslaught. So there's not a lot of camouflage. So I don't think this guy should be roof snipers. I think he should be a shield breaker. And we'll just increase his reload speed on the shield breaking. And you know what? You're going to be a cloaky boy since you have pretty cheap upgrades. So do you think we're going to make it? I mean, we're definitely not getting 20,000 hit points on our HQ, so that one's out. I'm hoping to see 3, maybe even 4 generals. It all depends on if we've produced 15,000 supply. I guess not. If we could have gotten more of these, if we had saved some tech. I used some tech. Oh, I guess it was here to get the repair drones. But look at that. Enemies did not make it far. Ooh, a zone command. Oh, that's a Slovak. That's a second Slovak. What a tease. I want the zone defense because it can boost my economy. But there is a chance of getting a third Slovak. All right, I could sell this guy. I could put this guy here. Let's check his coverage. It's decent. And, oh, I wanted to put the mortar there to boost its 10%. Now, he doesn't have very good coverage. I need to, like, widen his circle. He actually might not be the best. I just put him down in the hope, the theoretical hope that by having another one of those, it boosts my chances of getting another one. All right. But we should have, what, 4 artillery shells being fired from back here, which is really cool. This thing, I guess, is not fully operational. I don't think we're going to get the money to put in this Rampart missile silo, so it probably just makes the most sense to do overloading cells for the last wave. And, I mean, it's just so cheap, this upgrade. We're going to wait and see, but look at these big old dinos. They're going extinct to laser fire. The final wave is here. All right, and we got to place a tile. I want to back it. There we go. Perfect. Plus 15 supply per adjacent building. That would have been nice ages ago. All right, so let's see just what this does. All right, it's got a pulse cannon, or I can get an omni relay, which boosts my money. It'd be a real shame if, like, we just didn't produce 15,000 supply by, like, you know, 100 at the end of this, but pulse cannon's interesting. We're not going to get overloading cells, I don't think. But I'm going to sell this. And I guess I could put this dude here and try to save up. Wait, didn't we get something if we get a Durandal? All buildings get +5. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna put you right here. And now everything goes up by 5%. And now we're just gonna save up and try to get overloading cells. We need about 1,800 supply in this battle. Wait, we're producing a lot of supply by killing, right? I think that counts as. No, that doesn't count as producing. That's just acquiring supply via combat. Give me the overloading cells. We need to do it. We're not gonna be able to do it, are we? All right, one of those gates is down. 3,300. I think we might, but it just won't have anything to shoot. That's funny. Whatever. Give me the money. We're not killing anything right now, so we're not getting any supply. There it is. All right, shoot it. He's got overloaded cells. She can't take much more of it, Captain. Oh, uh-oh. These things are sneaking by. Should have just done that. Yeah. All right, how many did we unlock? All right, so we got Advanced Claymore Doctrine. We got, okay, that's 1 general. Infiltrator, Lethisa. Plus 15 recon production. Infiltrate the battlefield. Adjacent buildings gain 10% detection. Wow, okay. Roll 150 times. All right, got that. Scarlet can be deployed and redeployed on the battlefield. And HQ reduces damage dealt by 2% per wave. That's cool. Destroy 100,000 foes. That was one of the ones we thought. Oh, we unlocked 3. Okay. This dang 3 howitzers. Oh my gosh, look at this. We were short by like 3,095, under 4,000. So these are the generals we have left. Reach 20,000 HP on an HQ. Win 25 expeditions. Produce insane amounts of supply. Get the 3 howitzers, dang it. And produce more supply. And we will get there. And then look at the codex. Like, there's so many other buildings we just don't have yet. Oh, and there's weapons that we don't have? What the? Anyway, let me know if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.